Hey Eric, come play some COD.
No, man. I have a lot of homework to do, okay?
You sure, dude? I got the EMP grenade unlocked. It's pretty fun.
Dude, I said no.
Good choice.
Yep.
Hello and welcome to Bacon Bits. I'm Jason.
I'm Eric.
And we procrastinate a lot.
That we do.
Ain't that the truth? Today is dedicated to procrastination because I honestly think we might be the kings of procrastination.
It's pretty hard to top, but I mean, everyone obviously does it. Even if you deny it, you do it.
Baconites don't deny it, you procrastinate.
Yeah, it happens.
It's just like a universal thing. And even if, you're out there saying, oh, I never procrastinate, everyone has at one point.
Once.
And, we were thinking, we have some great procrastination stories from our high school days and college, for that matter.
Thought we might want to share them with you.
Because they're very humorous, and I'm sure many of you watching will be able to relate.
Oh, of course.
So, story number one, I was going into my junior year of high school, and you haven't heard any of these stories yet, so I'm interested to see what you have to say. I was going into my junior year of high school, and the school year didn't even start yet, so it was like the night before school started.
Yeah.
Summer was wrapping up, and throughout the entire summer, we had to read this really, really thick book for this new English class.
I have a similar story to that, but I'm not going to share that one.
I bet you do. And so, me and my friend Giancarlo put off reading this book.
Yeah. We
were in the same class that year. We put off reading this book for the entire summer. Like, we didn't touch it. And the reason we didn't touch it was because, we figured that, the last day of summer, we'll just go online and get the Spark Notes for the book.
I think I know where this one's going. Let me guess.
You might. No, don't guess.
Okay,
let me finish this up.
Right.
It's about 10 o'clock at night. I'm texting him. He's at his house. I'm at my house. I'm texting him. And we both realize at the same time that there is no Spark Notes for this book. Now, mind you, this wasn't just a book that, we had to read and we were just going to have a discussion about it. We are going to be tested on this book within the first week of class. And there were no Spark Notes on this. And it wasn't even just that there were no Spark Notes. There were no notes on this book anywhere on the internet. Like, it was like it didn't even exist. And so I spent that entire night that year, up probably until 5:30 in the morning, reading this book, and I didn't even get 3/4 of a way done. I figured that was enough. But that's how I spent that entire night before junior year.
That's solid.
Procrastination 101.
Yeah, I figured no notes. Naturally going to happen because, screw you.
But
pretty much how that happens.
Yeah, pretty much. So, what do you got?
All right, well, I'll start with mine from high school as well. I think this was during the first half of the year. A few assignments and then a couple classes came up, and I just had an essay and a project due the next day. And for some reason, I had it in my mind, I could just start them that night before they're due because, I can do it. It's fine. And,
fine.
It's senior year. I already applied to all my colleges. I didn't give a crap.
Senioritis.
Like, I just wanted to do nothing.
Yep, that's how it goes.
So, the night comes, and I'm about to start it when my parents come in and ask, hey, you remember about that Straight No Chaser concert we bought tickets for? Yeah, I remember that. So naturally, I go to the concert, about an hour drive away. And then, that happens. We stay for the whole concert, come back around 11:30, and I begin my essay and project.
Was it a good concert? Was it worth it?
Oh, yeah, it was definitely worth it.
It was worth it.
I got 0 sleep that night.
The fact that, and this was on due the next day, right?
That is correct.
So, it would have been different if it was due in 3 days and you went to this concert.
Yeah.
That obviously. I can kind of understand. It was due the next day. You hadn't started it. And you still went to a concert.
That is correct.
See, we're the kings of procrastination.
I don't know what came over me.
All right, I have a good one. This one's hilarious. Okay. This one's really, really funny. But I pulled it off. This is, I think, one of the greatest pull-offs in all of high school history. You ready for this one?
High school?
I was back in high school. I had a sociology class I was taking.
Okay.
And we had this project that was assigned months ago where we had to create a survey on some topic, I can't even remember, of like 10 questions. And we had to it was literally like 100 of them out to different kids.
Okay.
And collect these answers from people. And we had to write a report on the answers that people gave.
Okay. So that
happened. So I did not hand out a single one until the day before it was due.
makes sense.
And I had no idea what I was going to do. Because she didn't just want the report, the essay, she wanted the actual surveys too. Okay, so I had to hand in 100 surveys somehow. So at the time, I was friends with this girl named Nicole.
Okay.
So I texted her. I was like, I need your help with something. She goes, what's up?
Oh, God.
And so what I ended up doing was I went over her house. I remember this so clearly. I went over her house. It was probably about 4 p.m.
Yes.
And I brought the stack of surveys. And we spent the entire next 4 hours filling out every single survey as other people. So I can't even begin to. We had a layout of different colored pens on the table. We had like different handwritings for every single survey. We had to pretend like we were 100 different people, and we were 2 people.
Fabricating survey results, I see.
Here's the best part of this, though.
Boy.
The best part, and this is why I call it the greatest high school pull-off ever, I ended up getting a B+ on that.
Wow.
She totally bought it.
Wow, I'm surprised.
She didn't even question it. I guess we were just good at faking other people's handwriting.
It works.
Yeah. And by the way, this wasn't plagiarism. It's just we were making up.
So fabrication.
Right.
Harmless fabrication.
Right. We weren't copying other people specifically. We
were just
kind
making answers up.
Right. We were making 100 imaginary people. Cheers. Go ahead, Eric.
Some things, if that was in the real world, it makes me question what would happen.
Yeah, seriously.
So, anyways, I'm going to take this pretty recently back to last semester.
I remember this.
Okay. Now, college is a different form of procrastination.
Yeah.
You're on your own. You have all the resources you want to entertain yourself for hours, and no one to tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
And therefore, you can do whatever the hell you want for as long as you want.
Pretty much.
Which, subsequently, a little bit screwed me over.
That's why my parents didn't let me play Xbox during the school week in high school. True story. It's horrible.
So last semester, I'm taking a Survey of American History course. Now, we got the syllabus at the beginning of the course with all these essays that would be due throughout the semester, including the one during finals week, which had to be a biography of some American, I don't want to say celebrity, but person that was significant in American history.
Right.
And we had to write an 8 to 10 page biography of that, which included reading one book of a primary source.
Well, you got to know about the person.
Yes, that is correct.
Which is why you did
So, couple days before, all right. A week before the assignment's due.
You started
I'm home. No, of course not.
Oh, sorry.
I get the
How
book
foolish of me. Yeah.
for the assignment. Okay, I'm like, all right, I'll read it a little bit at a time. That doesn't quite happen. I read a few chapters here and there.
Now, how long was this book? Was it like
around 200 pages?
Okay, so it's a pretty substantial.
Now, I was writing about Frederick Douglass.
Okay,
and I took one of his memoirs that he wrote, and it was republished and whatnot and all that. So I had to read that and highlight in an 8 to 10 page essay what his life was like. And you know what? I got to the night before still reading about 100 pages of that book.
You weren't even on to the writing on the last night. You were
I
still
was
doing
not.
the research for the writing that you still had to do.
So then
night.
I start the writing, and man, do I whiz through that paper. Man, it's dawn. I'm watching the sun come up. I'm on the 7th page of that essay, and I am just going.
I have some stories that I won't share too, but I can relate to the whole staying up all night and seeing the sun come up thing.
See, I've been up for quite a bit of a long time prior to that because I didn't really sleep much the other night. I was dead the next day.
But we pulled it off. See, this is such... We call ourselves the procrastination kings, not only because we procrastinate, but because we somehow find a way to pull it off.
It's like my favorite saying of all time. When you wait to the last minute to do work, it only takes a minute.
That's very true. Thanks for subscribing to this channel, guys. Comment below. Tell us your greatest procrastination stories.
Your triumphs.
The triumphs, right. Tell us how you prevailed against all odds. Thanks for watching, guys. What do we got?
Slap each other in the face.
Do you want to do this at the same time?
Or are we just kind of going?
You hit my tooth.